So brand spanking new. You go check the website. Details probably aren't even up yet, but you get to see it first. The all brand new. This is the Jayco Esteem 32U. And let me tell you, your Super C is exactly that. It's pretty dang super. This beauty comes in at 33 feet 5 inches. It is seated on the Ford F550 chassis. And yes, you do have that turbocharged Power Stroke V8 diesel on this bad boy. I'll talk a little bit more about the engine when we get outside. But the thing I love about Super Cs, if you want a zombie killing machine, man, this is it. Everything from the way it's built to the luxury amenities that it has just screams rugged and opulent all at the same time. And with motorhomes, that's an extremely difficult thing to achieve. Super Cs are not cheap, but when you're talking about diesel, you're looking at longevity. You're looking at something you're going to keep much longer than 5 years. Now, right up here in your cab, you're going to see you got the captain and co-captain leather chairs, tons of visibility. I got the standard Ford controls. I got the touchscreen, which obviously isn't on right now. I got my brake controller down here as well. All my HVAC controls, additional power. This also has all of the Ford features that you're going to get on the standard Ford. So if you like the assist program, so forth and whatnot, you got it on there. Backup camera is in your rear view. You also will see you got your controls right here, lights, bam. And if you've never driven a Super C, or if you've driven a Ford Super Duty truck, you're pretty much doing the same thing. But I highly suggest, if you're even interested in a Super C, get to Camping World and test drive it yourself so that you can see the power, strength, and comfort you're going to have on this. Because this beauty also has the J-Ride system on it. So not only do you have the Coney shocks on this beauty, you got reinforced front and back bars, you got the computer balanced drive shaft. This thing glides when it's on the road, and you don't realize you're hauling a 33-foot 5-inch monster of a beautiful motorhome. And I know what you're saying. Well, Chris, what does the motorhome look like on the interior? We see the cab. Well, let me show you. Come on. From the recessed LED lights to the solid surface underlit countertops, all the way to the plush, comfortable, overstuffed furniture. Super Cs, and especially this Jayco Esteem. Now this is the Golden State Edition. Beautiful graphics on the exterior, clean lines, tons of appointments, but more importantly, the decor is different and it stands out. So if you're thinking, Chris, I want to check this out, get to Camping World quick, because I have a feeling these are going to move fast. But being 33 feet 5 inches, which in my opinion is much smaller than most Super Cs that I've seen, I kind of like the layout and the flow. There's only one thing that I absolutely do not like, and I'm going to point that out here in a second. First, let's start over here in the off-camp side. Reconnecting with the family is one of the main reasons to get an RV. And when you have a dream dinette, that makes that function in a smaller RV, which this one isn't small, but 33 feet 5 inches is kind of small. Makes it much better, because now I don't have legs down here that I'm knocking my legs on. This reduces down, becomes the base for your sleeper. You got storage under both seats, huge square framed out windows with a decorative valance. I got the day and the night shades, super high on my slide, great space right there across from my plush and comfortable recliners. Now, what's cool about this is the 10-inch console also has your high output furnace duct inside of it. Cup holders, seat belts. You talk about an easy ride, man. Imagine the kids, the guests, whatever, as you're cruising down the road, they're just sitting here chilling. Maybe they're watching TV, maybe they're just looking out the window, maybe they're just hanging out. This is kind of cool. It's just, are you okay moving forward while it turns sideways? That's one of those things you do have to get used to, just letting you know. I got the oversized cabinetry, love the glazing, the shaker style, the matte black pulls, and the Terminator knee soft close hinges. I call them Terminator knees because that's what they look like. You remember T2 when the guy melted all that stuff out and he was running them big old knees? Yes. Anyway, look it up, Google it. There we go. Cable connection as well as satellite 110 and Wi-Fi boosting there too. A great service to get, especially if you want to stay connected on the road. Up above my head in these 84-inch high ceilings is going to be my ducted AC. I got my Coleman Mach 15K BTU AC with the quick cool dump here and the filters on both sides. Lights, camera, action. This bad boy has not only some beautiful furniture, you got some awesome appointments too. Check it out right down here in the entryway. you're going to see some of your command options. You got your Xantrex solar charge controller, because you do have a pure sine wave inverter in the storage on the off-camp side. Your EQ leveling system on here, as well as your touch controls for your lights, your awning, so forth and so on, even the slide. And with it being a Super C, the Bunk Over Cab I thought was awesome. This can sleep 2 adults. It's great for storage. More importantly, look at your TV. So you can turn this thing and put it pretty much however you want, as long as it's near the off-camp side. Only thing I wasn't crazy about is if I want my people in the booth dinette to really see it, I have to turn it this way. Now a portion is cut off over here. So it's really meant for the people in the recliners. It's actually truly meant for the people up here. This is where my son would be sleeping. But a very nice feature that they gave this one, oh yeah, the retractable sunshade. Pretty sweet, right? Pretty sweet. That's dope, Chris. What are you talking about? JBL Aura Cube for my system. That thumps. I got cup holders. I got storage. I got power. I got privacy curtains. Great for the storage. Even better for the sleepers. But when you're making that camp cooked meal, what's that going to look like? Well, let me show you. Probably the best move they made for space inside this coach was giving me an L-shaped kitchen. Because if I'm sitting here, maybe I'm cooking in my Envision 16-inch oven, maybe I'm cooking up the eggs on my 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover, maybe I'm getting ready to microwave the popcorn in my convection microwave. I have a space here that if my buddy Dan needed to get by me and access the 10.7 cubic foot fridge freezer combo right here, he absolutely could. Or if he needed to get to the bathroom, the ward, the pantry, he could without disrupting me. Then when it comes time to cleaning everything, I got the gunmetal undermounted sink. I got the pull-out sprayer. I like what they did here with kind of the garden hose feel to it. It looks rugged, but it feels classy. Really digging that. I got my storage up top. I got some storage down below. Got a pot and pan drawer underneath there. Bam, got a little spice rack right here. Trash can storage right there, and if I needed additional prep space, I could lift up this countertop and I still have room to move around if I need to. The fact that these are solid surface and the thick solid surface, Jayco and Entegra do such a good job of giving you some awesome opulent appointments. I really wish more people would kind of follow suit with that. So kudos to the Jayco team. Ken, your crew is doing phenomenal, and this coach speaks volumes. I'm gonna get to your command center here in a minute, but first, I want you to see, look at the storage options that you did. They really did maximize the space here. I got the pull-out shelves. I got my little grab-and-go spot right there. More ductwork for my HVAC system here. And then to control everything, you got the touch system. Now, you also have a generator on here. Since it's diesel, it's going to be the 6,000 watt Onan. But you see, I can control my lights, my power. I can go ahead and cut on that Jenny. I could do the lights individually. I got my HVAC controls, my slides, and of course the settings. You can connect a mobile app to this and run some of the features off the mobile app. Jayco's really good about that. They're also really good about warranties. You'll probably see the sticker there in the video on the microwave, the 2+3. That's wonderful. Peace of mind is also great when you're talking about, you know, getting any type of RV. Having that, very nice little feature. But the one thing I would highly suggest, no matter what RV you're going to get, take a look at the additional protections regardless, because you have a home, you have a car, you probably insure and cover both. Well, with an RV, you've combined them both. So having that peace of mind for me is huge. What also is huge is flow and function. So let me show you what I don't like. Now, right here in your primary bedroom, check this out. You got the little pocket door giving you some privacy. So if your son snores like mine does when they're sitting up there in that bunk over cab, you can close this out and help that sound dampening. King size bed here. But what I really don't like, and I've seen this in more than a few motorhomes now, and I scratch my head every time I do. Now, it's not a big thing. It's really not a big thing. I can access the bathroom. I just don't like it. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. To me, I'm like, no, because true too, if I'm laying here asleep and my son's got to use the bathroom, well, as soon as he opens that door, because he comes in like a bull in the china shop, but I love him because he's perfect, I'm gonna get woken up. And then I'm gonna get mad. And when I wake up, I'm not pretty. I don't look like this. You know, it's a mess. Nobody needs to see that, especially my son. I just don't like that cut. Does it block my entry? No. Do I still have a beautiful undermounted gunmetal sink on my press surface countertop here with double mirrored medicine cabinets? Sure. I got tons of storage down here. I got water filtration inside the coach. A lot of times this is in the pass-through. Having it here, very nice feature. I got the high-rise porcelain bowl. I got the big window. I got the glass enclosed shower with a body sprayer. Come on, man. Would that be a deal killer for me? No, absolutely not. I'm just pointing it out because A, I'm extremely picky, okay, and I'm very high maintenance. So there you go. Now, big old skylight, glass enclosure, upgraded flooring that is easy to clean, lights, fan control, the whole nine. An awesome space, in my opinion, minus the door. But you know what is an awesome space? This bedroom. Come here. King size bed in the slide, oversized storage up head, reading lights, triple access on my windows that are square framed out. Love that touch, makes it feel residential. Pop-up power stations with USB and wireless. TV backer here, cable connection, lock latch door. I'm a big fan of this versus the magnet because the magnet can sometimes still open. That lock latch keeps your door closed. And it's a mirrored ward with another chest of drawers. Telescoping ladder for your bunk over cab over there, storage shelf, ward bar. Only thing missing in here was a light. I would have liked to have seen a light. But I got my second AC right there. And in a coach that's only 33 feet 5 inches, having two ACs, especially 215s, that's a very nice touch. An actual nightstand in a motorhome king size bed, also pretty nice. A lot of times you don't get that. It's either like one little shelf here or you might get something up top. Gotta tell you, they thought about it. Minus that bathroom door. But leave me a comment down below and let me know if I'm, Chris, you're literally, nose in spite of the face type of thing. Could be me. I'm waiting on you to tell me. Super C's. I just love the look of them, but I've always been a big fan of the Super Duty Fords anyway. So this one has the aftermarket grille on it. You got the extension right there. Love what they did there. You got the G-rated tires on this with the Coney shocks. Big fan of that because that's a very nice upgrade. Come out here, you're gonna see the oversized mirrors. They're heated, beautiful fiberglass front cap where that bunk over cab is. Awning that goes almost the entire length of the campsite with LED light, frameless windows both on my door as well as the side of this coach, and the storage, love it. Rotocast. That right there is the back of your Dometic furnace. So whatever you do, don't put a camp chair there. Outside TV, because if you're gonna hold court, more importantly, if you go into like the big games or whatever, or just go into the campsite, gotta have some outside entertainment. But the storage that they gave you saw how much storage we had on the inside? I mean, that was huge. Pretty much every space they used was for storage in there, so very good. LP Quick Connect is right here. Metal toolbox storage here. And this right here is the Golden State Edition. What's cool about that is this gorgeous paint scheme that we have on there. I like how there's no flashy graphics everywhere. There's no big swoops. There's no big lines. It's just a clean, gorgeous bluish gray style color. 4x4 sewer hose storage on the back, 12,000 pound hitch on this bad boy because you are seated on that Ford F550 chassis with that turbo V8 power stroke diesel. I mean, you're talking about 950 pound-foot of torque, 330 horses on this bad boy, giving you some awesome movement. Backup camera there, ladder to get on the top. My slides have slide toppers. Back of my water heater right here. Holding tank connection there. That is the exhaust for your Onan generator, which is underneath. They even gave me some mixed space in here. So power cable is lockable. I like that. Rotocast storage, but also finished off on the top. Right here is your external command center. So this has your shower with hot and cold, as well as your black tank flush, city fill, and all of the alterations that you might need, whether you want to go from filling the city to, doing some winterization or just sanitizing this bad boy. Now, you got the dual tanks on this, 26.5 and 40. And your def connector is actually, well, there's another toolbox with your gray tank dump control, pure sine wave inverter right there, more storage. And right here is your def, right next to your LP and your battery box. So very well laid out on the exterior. Low point drains are under there too. They gave me the nice slide too. But I mean, it's a Super C. So it's completely different. It's gonna be one of those vehicles that, in my opinion, I'm not keeping a Super C for just a couple of years. This is a long haul vehicle. It's a diesel, and it's the Ford V8 turbo power stroke diesel. So tremendous strength, tremendous longevity with all the additions like the reinforced front and back bars. I mean, you can see them right there, the Coney shocks, the computer balanced drive shaft, everything that they do to make that J-Ride Plus on these Entegra coaches just stand out. You don't feel like you're moving a house. You feel like you're moving a luxury gliding vehicle. But I gotta tell you, man, she's big, she's beautiful. Not right for everybody, but hopefully somebody that saw this is saying, you know what, I do want to check it out. And if that's you, click like, subscribe, and notify, and leave me a comment, because I love hearing from you. I'm Chris Young for Camping World. Hope you enjoyed the Jayco Entegra. This is the Esteem 32U Golden State Edition with that J-Ride Plus. A Super C that I could easily see in my driveway. I'll see you later.